Hi, Wilna again, and welcome to the second video for this week. And just so you know, I don't think it's going to happen every week that I post 2 videos, but I'm really excited about these cut files, the paint strokes. And here you can see I'm just pulling them off the mat, and today we are going to color them with gouache. So I am forwarding the video a little because it's really not rocket science. I'm just adding water and the color, and I'm just painting them, and I'm working with shades of green, yellow and blue. So that's how simple it is. I'm also using a plate as my palette, and this works wonderful because you can throw it away once you're done with it, and you can also use as many as you want to, just to keep your colors clean. So you can see I'm adding my pigment and I'm adding lots of water because I wanted to have like a watercolor look. And again, I love the gouache mainly because I love the dark colors, or I should say probably more opaque. That's the correct art term. So I'm mixing a little yellow and green there, and on the last one just the plain yellow, so that you get the transition of the colors a little better. So, and some purple of course. And then once that is dry, I went through all my 6x6 inch paper pads, literally all of them, and I looked for colors that would match the corresponding paint strokes colors. You can see I didn't find purple, but I decided to go with black and white. And now I'm just going to create a little strip with those papers, and I'm going to tear them a little shorter. I'm just distressing the edges a little bit, and now I just want shorter pieces of, they run about 2.5 inch or 3 inch long after I tore them off. And now I'm just going to add the corresponding paint strip with a little bit of hot glue. And once that's done, I went through all my chipboard embellishments, and I looked for similar colors, and I just decided to embellish an edge of the page with some chipboard elements. And this is a perfect exercise to get rid of some stash. You know, we all have, well, I do have a lot of chipboard because I love working with chipboard embellishments, so I have a lot of stash, and these was just perfect, a perfect little exercise to get rid of those and to be a little excessive in embellishing a page. Next up, I found this 6x6 inch paper with the little frames. You know what, I really can't remember in which paper pad it was. I think it's Amy Tangerine, I'm not exactly sure, in one of hers. And I decided to cut out the frames and cut out the center parts and just make little photos inside of them. You can see I'm cutting up a photo of all 3 of my girls, and I'm just going to add it inside of those little frames. And that's going to be the photographs that I use, and I think it's a perfect little subtle element, but it's very meaningful and sweet in a way. And I also decided to stamp with a Ollie Edwards stamp on my page, but as you will see, it didn't work perfectly because the paint strokes were a little elevated, so the love part didn't stamp, and I tried to write it in, but I wasn't happy with the result. And that's why I decided to create the cut file that I'm giving away for free on iHeartStudio.ca in my shop there under products. But I'll show you that now. Okay, so now I'm just going to cover the photos with extra pieces of some of the leftover cut-offs of the pictures, and I'm going to splatter it with ink. because just like yesterday's page, I feel that the black ink really makes the colors pop a little. And I'm also going to be adding that black and white stripes in there. And there's the cut file. And like I said, you can find it on iHeartStudio.ca, and it's there for free. You can just download it and use it however you want to. So I resized this one, so I made it quite small, and I'm just adding it with a little bit of hot glue, obviously, as you can see there. And the cut file says, "You color my life beautiful." So I think it was quite appropriate for this page. And the last thing I did, well, almost the last thing, one of the last things, was just to mount it on this beautiful Daydreamer paper by Dear Lizzie, the yellow polka. And now I'm just going to cut a piece of this stripe, and you can see I'm just eyeballing it. When I watched the video, I was actually surprised that I can cut this straight with a craft knife. So you can see the difference it makes on that page. It really just brings that little bit of contrast in there, and it makes the colors pop. And then I just added some journaling to my page. I'm using a Sharpie to write here, and I love a Sharpie actually. To be quite honest, it was the closest pen I could find that I knew would work. And then I'm just using the Dear Lizzie roller stamp just to add the date to the page with the Heidi Swap ink. I love that ink. And there you have it. Page is all done. And here's a couple of closer shots. I hope you enjoy it, and go to iHeartStudio.ca and download your free file there, your free cut file. And hopefully I'll see you next week. And all there's left for me to say is go and make beautiful pages. Bye bye.